I'm Ying. This is the presentation of TSLB3523 Continuous Assessment Task 2, Performance. Today, I will discuss about the fascinating similarities and differences between British and American English in terms of consonants, vowels, stress, intonations, and also rhythm. These are all crucial aspects that give each variety its distinctive character. First of all, I will explain the similarities of consonants in general British English and also American English. Both British and American English share nearly identical consonant inventories, including sounds like p, b, t, d, k, and g. The voicing rules are also parallel, which means voiceless sounds remain voiceless, while voiced sounds stay voiced across both varieties. However, we also find some notable pronunciation differences. The L sound provides an interesting case, which British English maintains a clear sound of L in all word positions, while American English typically uses a darker one, especially in the middle or final positions. For example, we can compare how Theresa May used British English and Hillary Clinton used American English to pronounce the words like life in their videos respectively. Another key difference is T flapping. In American English, T sound between vowels often becomes a flap R, resembling a soft D sound. British English retains a clear T in these positions. We can hear this contrast in the words like political, where Theresa May articulates a crisp T, while Hillary Clinton used the flatted version. Next, the vowel systems also show both overlap and variation. These two varieties share co-monotones such as E, and E, and also diphthongs such as A, I, and Oi, with similar tongue positions and also lengths. They also similarly reduce unstressed vowels, particularly in function words such as to and also suffixes ed. The treatment of the R sound presents a major distinction. American English is rhotic, pronouncing R in all positions, while British English is non-rhotic. They drop the syllable final R unless followed by a vowel. We can see this through the word future that is pronounced by Hillary Clinton with clear R sound, while Theresa May without final R. Vowel quality differences also emerge. The broad ah in British words like ox contrasts with the American flat ah. Similarly, words containing O often show different realization between the varieties. In stress placement, we find both common ground and divergence. Both varieties typically stress the same syllables in most content words. For instance, opportunity stress the chew syllable in both British English and also American English. The general principle of stressing content words such as nouns and bank verbs, while reducing function words such as articles and prepositions, holds true across both accents. However, some words show different stress patterns. British English often places stress on earlier syllables, reject, while American English favors later syllables, reject. Additionally, British English tends to maintain more distinct secondary stress in longer words compared to the often flatter American pattern. The intonation system also shares fundamental features. Both of them use rising and falling pitch to distinguish question types and to convey emotions, emphasize subtle nuances like politeness. The basic toolkit of pitch variation serves similar communicative functions in both British English and also American English. However, the execution differs in meaningful ways. British English typically employs a narrower pitch range with more consistent falling patterns, reflecting its cultural values of reserve and also understatement. American English, by contrast, uses a wider pitch range with more dramatic rise-fall contrasts, and it mirrors cultural preferences of American for openness and also directness. Rhythmic patterns reveal another layer of distinction. British English tends toward isochrony, a more evenly timed rhythm where unstressed syllables are compressed to maintain regularity. This creates the characteristic bouncy quality often associated with British speech. American English shows less strict isochrony, on the other hand, allowing for more flexible timing. It also employs more dynamic prominence shapes, often elongating or emphasizing new or contrastive information. Where British speakers might maintain a steady rhythm, American speakers frequently adjust pace and emphasize for rhetorical effects. As we have seen, British and American English share deep structural similarities while developing distinct phonetic personalities. From consonant articulation to rhythmic flow, these differences reflect not just linguistic evolution, but cultural values and identities. Understanding these nuances enriches our appreciation of English in its global diversity. Thank you for your attention, and that's all from me.
I have a question. In your opinion, how can understanding both varieties help you become a more effective communicator in a global context?
Understanding both varieties help me adapt my language depending on who I'm speaking to, making communication clearer and more respectful in international or multicultural settings.
My question is, have you ever misunderstood someone because they use a different variety of English? And what did that teach you about language and communication?
Yes, I once misunderstood someone who said they would table a discussion in British English. In British, it means to start discussing it, but in American English, it means to postpone it. So, this experience has taught me that understanding context and cultural background is essential in communication.